walking for about another hour, and it's starting to get dark. And just Hoshimi, you pull out the map. Judging from your rate, you got about another 6 hours before you make it to the village.
She rolls up the map in frustration. At first split second, it looks like she might rip it, but she obviously stops herself. I guess we're making camp.
Scary forest?
I didn't have an exact gauge on how far the village was.
All right.
All right. Time to set up camp. Takes you about a half hour, but you find a relatively decently fortified place next to a large rock.
Okay.
Ooh.
What am I cooking?
What are you cooking?
Let's see how well I cook it first.
What are we cooking? I can help you out if you want.
Ooh.
All right.
Pretty good.
What is an animal that is around here?
There are none.
Vegetarian then.
Yep, you're good. I'll roll with you because I know a good vegetarian menu when I see one. So
Alright.
I'll help you out. Perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful. You have wonderful. You have managed to turn. Wow. Okay, that is fascinating.
What?
You have managed to turn the Flint's assistance has managed to turn the success into a critical success.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, and that's really interesting because despite being able to find beside all the meager ingredients, you managed to prepare
Mushrooms, wild onions, etc.
Yeah, it's just like not a lot of things are healthy here, but yeah, it is mostly mushrooms.
Mushroom stew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mushroom stew, and you make sure you grab all the tasty ones, and you make sure not to grab any of the bad ones or the ones that make terrible tea.
Ain't nobody eating a carnivore diet on my watch.
But I do like meat sometimes.
Every once in a while it's fine, but you know, if nature provides, why not take, right?
Yep. Sorry, Yuto, no rabbit.
Yeah.
Yuto shrugs.
No, he's
You
not
imagine-
showing them threateningly. He just shows them to him, and then using message with that like voiceless words in his head. Do these teeth look like they're made for vegetables?
Are they made for mushrooms? Okay, point taken.
No, even Seppin like sticks her tongue out like. Blech.
You have to make do with what's around you.
Don't knock until you try it.
The protests are in that no, meat's only okay every so often. For someone who loves nature, you seem to love to forget that some of us require it.
Listen, I think what's on the menu is the least of our problems right now. Can everybody just eat, please?
No.
Seven reluctantly sticks her beak into the meal, just trying to close her eyes and pretend.
But
Look, you guys didn't want to help.
rolled
You guys didn't want to help the trees. The least you could do is eat my food, okay?
No, I was going to point out that since they got a crit success, wouldn't it be tasty anyway?
And,
Yeah.
well, the thing is like they are carnivores, so it's like it's pretty good, like the same way you'd see like a dog, like the same way a dog would enjoy a watermelon.
Yeah.
But it's just like in terms of that. But in terms of like, you know,
watermelon.
but if a dog had the choice between, you know, like actual canned dog food and watermelon, they'd probably choose the canned dog food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
You
like
never
it's
met
not.
You never
like,
met
it's
the vacuum
edible.
cleaner? That was my dog Mantis.
Y'all
It's-
have a habit of talking over each other.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's edible and swallowable, but you know.
Not delicious.
Yeah.
You could also tell Flint was also a little salty that no one else wanted to save the trees from him, so he's like, just eat it.
No, Nanami is not hiding the fact she feels bad that stung. So that's why she's eating the food. Even though Vigrivica turned green.
Not that bad. Like, all animals can handle some form of their not normal diet. Like, for example, if a lion's sick, it'll eat grass.
Flint,
Yeah?
is there anything we could have done?
What do you mean?
You said we didn't stop to help the trees.
Well,
Is there anything we can do right now?
I wasn't able to analyze them close enough. If there was something to do, I would have done it.
Well, there's one right there, isn't there? We have time. She swallows.
Come on.
Flint puts a hand on Seven's cheek. You know what? If there's a rabbit or a gopher or a mouse in there, a field mouse in there, I'll let you have it. Okay?
Fair, but I want to help you with the trees.
Okay. Want to come
She
take
follows.
a look?
Yeah, she follows Flint.
All right.
Nature check.
Ooh, yes, nature check. I will support the Flint.
Yes.
You roll first.
Okay, I'll go first. Rollity roll, and
Yes.
okay, not bad, not a 12.
I am supporting.
Oh,
Oh,
you support good.
Ooh, we
Hey,
matched.
we're in sync.
Yeah. All
We're
right.
perfectly in sync.
I'm not.
Okay. So you learned 2 pieces of information out of this. I will PM you. Right.
Let me see. Oh. That's not good.
What's not good? What's wrong with it?
Well, first of all, these things are too brittle to climb, so I would keep your distance if you were thinking about climbing one. But more than anything, these used to be magical trees. Something drained them of their magical essence.
Well,
DMing Josh right quick.
Okay.
do we know anything that could do that?
Off the top of my head, no. Something
So
that
whatever
just
did it, it's unnatural.
must have been.
Why do you think I wanted to get out of these woods? Hoshimi turns around from where she was sitting to look at all of them. I wanted us to get out of these woods because whatever could do this to these trees is not something I'm willing to risk us facing.
Well, it's not like we had much of a choice unless you wanted to just go straight through.
I know.
Or go back. Either
Mhm.
way, I think we faced some pretty bad things already.
Yeah. This
I'm
is our
not
best
scared.
case scenario at the moment, so
That doesn't mean I want to see the... Hoshimi is actually, for the first time you've ever seen, struggling with her words.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Hoshimi looks down at Yuto with an expression of concern. Fine. All right. Let's just rest best we can. But in the morning, I want us to get out of these woods as fast as we possibly can. All right? If you feel the need to examine the trees along the way, Flint, that's fine. But I'm not willing for us to risk being held up here.
Yeah, it's like Yuto's gonna say this to everybody with the message.
Well, if we have to sleep in ships, I don't mind taking the first one.
Are you sure you're in any fit state to do so, Mr. Sudden Language?
I think I can manage. I just need to focus on something else. Maybe that'll clear my mind a little.
You have your books?
I have my books, and, well, I do have someone to talk to.
I'll stay up too. I doubt I'm gonna be getting much sleep tonight anyway.
Then that makes 3 of us.
3? Feronia?
Yes.
Okay. For a moment, I was worried you were volunteering Olwen because we all know, and she gives her a stare. We all know she would willingly do it.
I was going to take mid shift. It's the harder one.
Fair enough.
And besides, I see best in a dark.
We see the same in the dark, don't? No, just.
So, Adrian. So yeah, we got girls' tent to the south and boys' tent to the north.
I was wondering what was going on. Is that okay? That stopped. There we go. Wait,
Yeah, because
girl.
this tent's bigger because we got a big old burb in here.
Yeah, I'm a burb. You get stuck with the burb.
Yeah.
7 and Flint are gonna take last shift, so me and Sybil will take mid.
Figured Yuta would be joining you on that one.
If you want. It's up to you. I don't control him.
Okay.
Well, in this case, I'll leave it up to Josh.
All right. Yeah. So.
All right, I'll do it here. There we go.
Okay. So we got Adrian and Hoshimi on the first shift.
Yep.
Okay. So, Adrian, is there something you specifically want to do on your shift?
Yes. Adrian's gonna take out his journal. And he's gonna discuss something with, with Hoshimi.
What did you say? What you call it about Hoshimi?
That's all. He's gonna discuss something with Hoshimi. That's what I meant to say.
I just found that bloody hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
It's more than just the all of a sudden understanding Simogen. Something's been bugging me about the scene we saw with that fourth vision, from the fourth aura.
The one with all the gods?
Yeah, all of them were correlated to us in some way. And then he takes out the old, the first parchment. There's something that Farah said regarding this first parchment. It feels like, based on how all of these symbols are smudged, they look like a rush job.
I need to find this bloody...
Josh, if you don't mind, the first parchment?
On it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could, and comparatively to the other one, these are a mess compared to the one that the God of Murder showed us in the Dark City. Those were all pristine.
That is interesting. If it was the other way around, I could believe that he had to scrawl them quickly to enact his banishing spell, but
That's also another thing I'm thinking of. What if the person who, made these symbols was trying to repeat what happened years ago?
wait, you're suggesting that somebody targeted us because of who specifically we were connected to?
Yes, but it was. You can mute here, Doc. It was half-assed.
Dude, say art, okay? That's not a cuss.
Still. But think about it. Think about it. You think about it. Asmodeus, the Nephilim Psychopomp, God of Murder, Corellin, the question mark, Queen of Air and Darkness, Corellin, whoever the Lotus was, and Bahamut. We know who these are, but associate that with us, someone who's a tiefling but has nothing to do, but has zero Asmodeus in them, someone who could talk to the dead but is not a psychopomp, a nerd but not a scholar, an elf, just an elf in general, someone who thinks he's a knight of a Bahamut, but really he's a performance fighter, someone who commit manslaughter, a complete mystery. Okay, did we ever figure out what the Queen of Air and Darkness is associated with?
Out of character, didn't you write in your journal that you associated that with Hoshi?
Well, no, I did, but no, I meant who is the Queen of what is the Queen of Air and Darkness the god of? That's what I was asking.
The Queen of Air and Darkness is the ruler of the Unseelie.
Right. So, Kitsune, but not Unseelie, and then whatever Feronia is.
That is... My normal response would be to call it a wild guess. But considering the things that we've been dealing with, that doesn't sound so wild. What is curious, though, is how whoever was responsible for this knew that we would be within range of each other at that particular time.
My guess is they got lucky.
Maybe
But
it wasn't luck. Maybe it was an act of desperation. Because remember, Hollyhock was about to kill Olwen.
yeah, but I would not assume that he was the one casting the spell.
Well, I know that, but whoever was might have known he was trying to do so and decided to act hastily rather than risk losing her.
But what would they?
That would also explain why this is written so quickly.
Yeah, but what were they trying to accomplish? I mean, wait. What was the spell with all nine around, sealed around them? With the protection spells plus whatever Asmodeus was doing. What resulted in this?
I remember about as much as the bottom of a beer bottle, so I don't have any idea what you're saying, voice.
Okay. The birth of Lamashtu, the redemption of Nauticula, and the death of the dark-skinned woman.
So, Are you saying that there's someone else they're trying to repeat this for?
I think if my hunch is correct, I think they were trying to do the same. But in order to figure that out, I think we need to find followers of the Redeemer Queen.
Well, who knows what we may find while we're here. This forest alone is enough to tell me that Kokoria is vastly different from what I remember.
Yeah, and I think I figured out who Feronia is.
Now that's interesting.
With the parchment, and then comparing it to the other one. No doubt about it, Feronia, if you're listening, your anathema is Hexter. That is a guarantee based on what happened with, your feelings of betrayal whenever you hear his name. But since,
that does make sense.
But given everything that we know about who the others are, I think you're the Lotus.
It does feel right.
And if that's the case, turns back to the anathema page, that would mean that Flint and I would be Arashni and Lolth. Right now it's interchangeable between the two, I can't really tell. Olwen is Asmodeus and Asmodeus. Okay, that's kind of funny. That means Hoshi, you're Kitsune Kenshi. Raquel was Zora. Shylin was Tiamat. Feroni was Hexter. That makes... Okay, this might be a weird shot in the dark, but that would make Sybil's anathema Lamashtu based on what he went through.
Adrian!
What? Sorry, just... I got caught up.
You're the one who's been most insistent about being careful of saying their names. I saw that, Kel.
The Broodmother. And that would make 7 Feronia.
This is all still pretty far flung.
I feel like I'm like 90% there now.
I wouldn't be surprised if you are.
Jeez.
There are times I resent how good you and Olwen are at figuring things out. Because when you figure things out, we get caught up in situations that generally should be none of our business if we were normal people.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. It's a good trait to have. I'm sorry.
Hey, all's forgiven. I don't know, that vision just... Honestly, maybe that's what did it. Maybe it just got so much whiplash from seeing that vision. I all of a sudden understood Simogen.
What? Out of character. What?
I don't know, but maybe based on what I mean, I've been listening to you guys not understanding a word, and all of a sudden, like, my mind's cleared up. Maybe that vision knocked me senseless.
So you're saying that you hearing me and Flint with our lessons, and then we have that vision, and then it's like, pop, you understand my language.
That's the best I got. That's that.
You are an idiot.
Well, how else am I supposed to explain how I understand you?
Maybe
I literally do not care.
Maybe it was subconscious.
Perhaps, but honestly, I don't think the how matters as much as that you can. Much as I keep on acting all resentful and irritated when others suddenly pop up with Simajin, the fact that so many of you can speak it is going to make things considerably easier here.
Well, hopefully it works. And hopefully most of us know when to, I'll be the first one to shut our traps when talked to.
You don't know how to shut your trap, period.
It's a blessing and a curse.
No, Adrian, it's not a blessing, it's not a curse, it's a bad habit. Just own it for what it is.
It's a personality trait. Be nice.
Yeah, what she said.
When have you known me to be nice?
You have the capacity, and the fact that you continuously ignore it all the time is quite concerning.
Shut up, Feronia. You laugh, but she says that in a really heavy manner.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, how long have we been talking for the first shift?
You're almost done. It's up with your shift.
All right. It's just gonna take one last look outside, see if there's any. See if everything's creeping up on us.
Nothing is skulking about as far as you can see.
I would be amazed if something was. But then you never know in situations like this.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna take over narration for a little bit here.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Adrian, both you and Hoshimi, start heading towards the tents. About closing your shift and waking up the next person, and as the Hoshimi, you're kind of dragging a little bit. You're kind of dragging a little bit, waiting to go into your tent, just kind of taking everything in. Just kind of appreciating the silence for a little bit.
If only her head could be silent too.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Yuto bolts out of the tent,
Yuto?
and he starts running into the forest.
DMs, I have questions.
Yep.
What? Yeah. Oshi, I heard you scream Yuto's name. What's wrong?
I am give me a second. I am PMing.
Yeah.
This is kind of important.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. Yuto just took Yuto.
Yep. And
Yep.
so you're all running into the forest, and so yes, you're all running into the forest, and
Olwen first takes a just leftover branch that she finds on the ground and sets it on fire as a torch, so she doesn't want to use the sun rod yet.
Fair.
all right, interesting.
Yeah, and Nami's just running after Hoshi.
Yeah. All right.
Adrian, Sybil, Flint, something's wrong.
All right. Wonderful.
Ow. Sit on the floor.
Yeah, I'm really glad I took my anxiety gummy.
All right. So, as you're all running through the forest, you all get separated.
Oh,
Fudge.
Oh, come on.
That's not good.
You're running, Hoshimi. You're running through the fog-drenched forest, and your breath is ragged. Yuto is running through the trees, running from you.
Brother?
He finally
You-
stopped, but he doesn't turn to face you.
Yuto, what's going on? Why did you take off like that?
He doesn't look at you. Instead, he whispers, his voice sounding remarkably familiar, like your father. I don't need you anymore, Oni-san.
Yuto?
Suddenly, a sharp, icy pain rips through your back. You gasp, stumbling forward. A dagger is buried deep beneath your between your ribs. You collapse to the ground, coughing, trying to push yourself up. Yuto kicks you onto your chest, standing over you. His eyes are cold.
Yuto, I don't understand. Why?
You couldn't protect me then, and you can't protect me now. I'm going home to Mom and Dad.
No,
They'll keep me safe.
no, you can't.
You can only watch as he walks away, vanishing into the fog. The next thing you see is Olwen shaking you awake.
Hoshimi? 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 Hoshimi. Adanai.
Don't get cute with me, detective. Okay, she, without looking at Olwen, Hoshimi steps out of the tent and just, shameless as always, she pulls back the curtain flap to look inside.
Mm-hmm. You see Yuto just curled up in the corner.
Okay. Can I help you?
Me?
Yes, you. Do you see anyone else around here?
Nanami pokes her head out.
That doesn't count.
Olwen folds her arms. You want to explain what that was about?
You've never seen someone have a nightmare before?
Just making sure that was all it was.
Question. Are these stools actually sitting there?
They're the best I could. They're the best I could do. They're kind of makeshift pieces of wood.
Like logs, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
Like you
hoping
find
they
around a
weren't-
campfire, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that they were just like, are they like a solid log or just like?
They're
rickety-
solid enough for you to sit on.
Okay. Well, Hoshi turns around and she kicks the one closest to her.
Yeah, as you kick it, it's as it's made from wood from this kind of drained forest. It's there's a lot of like little bits of little particles of wood kind of go everywhere, and you can see them dancing in the fire.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think on it. Just whoever's turn it is to take watch.
Fine!
Nami's done. It's your
What?
turn. I'll go get Flint.
No, Hoshimi pauses at her tone. What?
Oh dear.
What indeed? You have been nothing but quiet or snappy or angry since we got here. And I have more than enough of that boiling in my chest. So if you have something to say to everybody, spit it out!
What
Seven.
happened?
Seven
You know
puffs
what?
out her, not Seven, Nanami puffs out her chest and extends her wings because she means it.
You know what? I was going to wait until morning. That was what I was about to say, until you decided to be puffy and huffy.
The only one being huffy and puffy around here right now is you!
You're right. You're being sassy and angry. Oh, wow.
I live for the best, don't I?
What is your problem?
What is your problem?
My problem? What's my problem? I'm standing in the middle of a death forest that I cherished, in the land that my parents have turned into an absolute trash fire. With the only people I have in the world that I still trust. And I'm looking at a very real possibility of watching them all die because of my stupid family. Why am I snappy? Because I am too busy trying to not think to answer any of you.
You're breaking up.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I am too busy trying to not think about the very real possibility that I will lose you, that I could lose you, that I could lose all of you. Why am I being snappy? Because I'm scared, Nanami. I am more scared than I have ever been in my entire life. More than the night of the red sands. More than seeing my mother smile on that night. I'm scared. I knew it was going to be hard coming back here, but seeing all of this. Oh jeez. Okay, whatever it is, she got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let you finish.
That's definitely you.
Yeah,
Nanami leans down unfazed. Her angry scowl is less of a scowl and more of just an annoying frown.
Annoyed, you mean?
Stern, maybe.
Yeah, stern.
Yeah.
Was that so hard to say?
As a matter of fact, it was. I'm used to having to stand strong. So it's hard for me to be weak.
You staying silent and keeping things from us wasn't doing anybody any favors. We know this forest is bad, and we know what your parents did. You're not the only one who's angry about that.
No, you don't know what they did. Because I don't know what they did at this point. Look around you. This forest was lush and green and magical and beautiful. That their reign could lead to something like this. This is something I don't understand, and it makes me more scared than I was when we made shore. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm reacting too difficultly, but this is how I handle things. By trying to stay strong and process them in my own way. And I'm sorry if that doesn't fit your bill of how to handle things. But right now it's what I need, okay?
Snapping at your friends is not what you need. It certainly isn't going to help the situation. But then again, what do I know? was born in a test tube.
Nanami.
It's fine. It's fine. Because we're gonna make it right. One way or another. I am angry. But it's not at you. It's never been at you. But you don't make it easy either. We're here to help. We're going to help. And whatever happens, we'll face it together. Do you want us to help you?
I do. But I also don't. It's...
Nanami...
Let me finish, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm really being honest with myself, I'm more afraid of doing this without you all than I am to do so with you. So, yes, I do want your help.
Nanami takes one of her talons and, firmly grasps Hoshimi by the shoulder. Then do me one little favor. Since I'm doing my best for the sake of everybody else here. If you have a problem, you're not handling very well. Do what you just did now and admit it. Because you're not impressing me by hiding it. She lets go.
Since when were you the one that gave advice?
Since Oh, sorry.
Even worse, good advice.
Since I realized the world sucks. Nanami kind of just walks off after that and looks at Flynn and Olwen. Because I assume something's on their faces.
Yeah, it's Flint is listening very intently to what Olwen is saying, and Olwen's just you see Olwen just kind of having a pensive look on her face. Just her eyes are looking up and left and right, like half like she's expecting something to jump out, but also half in confusion.
Yeah.
Seems like the energy reflects your emotional states.
Yeah. When you guys were
Everyone's-
yelling, it's like the lights in the sky were just vanishing.
But when you started to get calm, the stars were returning. I think this forest is not just, other than being scary and just in general not a good place, I think it's literally bad for our spirits.
Or it's responding to them.
Maybe
Is
there's-
there something that Hoshimi could roll to see if she remembers anything in particular about the Violet Woods, right?
Okay, so
Like about the type of magic it used to have, or
all right.
anything of the like.
All right, how about this? How about if I change your lore skill Nagana to Kakoria? Would that be better?
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was, but
Let's just check. You can roll that. You can roll that. Also, Nanami. I want you to roll this.
15 likes me today.
Oh. Okay. These be good. Lore monsters.
Lore Monsters is really cool, by the way.
Can I roll lore undead? Just in case?
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Josh.
No. No, you cannot. All right, so... Or, I guess you can.
Yay or nay? Yay or nay, dude?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought about it a little bit and just...
It's okay, it sucked anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
I just here. I can see everything. I just
Hey,
don't
you
know
not
everything.
20 on perception. You see everything.
Yeah.
I see your
Hey,
social
no.
security
I'll take it.
numbers.
Yeah, you saw. Yeah, you noticed something very important.
Okay.
But with that, it's Hoshimi. There's a twinge of familiarity to this, but you don't know. But you don't know what. You're probably gonna have to find a repository of knowledge in order to narrow it down.
Hmm.
And Nanami?
Same thing.
Really?
Yes. It's like that. This idea. It's just like you don't. It's like you don't know why. It's like, why does this concept sound familiar? But you can't quite recall it.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think of what it could be.
I really have been gone too long.
All right. Flint 7, it's your turn.
Nanami!
Alrighty.
I am really, really bad with this. I'm so sorry, Nanami. I just need to get used to calling you Nami-chan. That's
Aw.
What?
Nami-tan, I like that.
Namitana.
Nami-chan.
Nami. Nami.
Nami-chan.
Nama.
Nami-chan.
Nami-chan. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't.
I'm not
Here we
sure
go.
if I'm feeling triggered or just cringe.
Yes. Both for me. Both for me.
You're the one who wanted. Hey, you're the one who wanted to play a kitsune before this whole started. It's like you could the whole.
I know that there was going to be weeb crap when I picked the class, but
And also there's just going to say this now. Bit funny you should mention all the weeb stuff. There is going to be content in this area that I am using from the Complete Waifu Handbook.
I mean, I figured.
All right.
you know, I already had a headache, so I can't tell if you're making it worse.
It's right.
Olwen,
Hey, any
Olwen,
suffering you suffer is your own fault.
Olwen pushes, gently tries to usher Hoshimi into their tent.
Yeah, need to rest.
If I can get back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll watch over you. Don't worry.
I can brew you some
No.
Dreamtime tea if you want.
No, just both
Very
of you
nice.
go to sleep yourselves, okay? Please.
All right.
Yay.
So, Flint and Nanami, it is now your shift.
So, you found out the world sucks. It's about time.
Ouch.
Wow.
Oh my god.
It's not like you were
Nanami, actually, Nanami kind of just smirks and lightly punches Flint in the shoulder playfully. Well, could be worse. I could be dead.
It's true.
Well, technically, I kind of died back there. But now I am reborn a little bit.
Good. World would not be the same without you. Trust me.
died a little, then rose from the ashes a little.
Try.
I know I'm
Trust
not.
me. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say it again, Flint.
I was gonna say, trust me. I've been carrying that information around in this big old head since I knew what information was. I guess I've been kind of working to undo it a little bit.
I know it's not going to be easy, but well, I got you guys to teach me.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to be hard on Hoshimi, but it felt like she needed it.
Yeah.
Besides, I was getting tired of that stick being up her butt.
And right back at you, Bliss.
Honestly, I think you did. I think you did everybody a favor.
Well, I'm angry too. She has a right to feel angry. Just don't take it out on us.
Yeah.
She picks up a stick and kind of just chucks it a few feet in front of her. Take it out on something else. Something worth our attention. Like the big dumb green lizard.
Would feel nice. Would feel nice to blow an enemy up right about now.
Blow him up. Blow those parents of hers up. Maybe we could call them those. I think we're gonna call them coyotes when we see them.
Yeah. Hey, I got a treasure trove of explosives under my belt, so we got plenty of ways to do it if need ever calls.
If you ever need help with those, let me know.
Dear God, please no.
I'm angst up. I want to do something. I want to have fun. I want to tear things apart. I guess this is a lot.
Okay, so ending the shift. Just kind of nothing unusual happens. You kind of head back into your tents, just kind of expecting something bad to happen, but nothing does. So I believe it's Sybil and Olwen next on the next shift. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Yuto.
Yep. All right.
I want to see if I can do that again. Okay, still not bad.
All right. So you're looking at the stars right now. And yeah, they do seem a little bit brighter than they were before you went to bed.
Oh, I need to tell you guys about what happened. Yes, Yuto?
No, he was just gonna be sarcastic, so go ahead.
So, it seems as though, the stars' energy of this forest matches our energy, our emotions, our tensions. When we're angry or upset or have high tension, the stars tended to blot out. But when things were calmer, the stars are brighter. We think that the forest is feeding off our emotions. That sound about right, Sybil?
Seems interesting, for sure.
Do you know of anything that can do that?
I do not. Ooh, pardon.
Did it use? Oh, it's fine. What did it used to do, Yuto? So it wasn't magic before at all?
No.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. How long have you been gone again from Kokoria?
Hmm.
Hmm. 11 years, my friend.
It turned into this in 11 years.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna try something.
Oh. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see if there's any sort of spell or ritual that produce similar effects as this forest does. It just siphons power from emotions.
Well, if such a ritual exists, you have not heard of it.
Fudge, and I got a 19 too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the fun thing about these sorts of roles. Sometimes it's not always about learning something, it's about learning what something isn't.
So it's probably not a spell or a ritual, or at least not one that I've ever heard of. But we are in literally a new continent that I've never been to, that I know the language of.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of languages, Sybil, how did you learn that one language that you and Nanami? Ha! Nanami! No.
I had many good teachers.
Oh, so you had formal education on that particular language.
My
Okay.
companions, who are always with me, have given me so many secrets.
Formal education by doll. Got it. See, because I'm starting to kind of, I've been hearing some muffly voices in my head a little ever since we got here. It's like an itching in my brain kind of thing. eh, um,
It sounds correct. Yeah.
okay, because the voices are saying things that I've never heard before, but I understand. And whatever, I don't know what's going on. I, but I think I can, I think I somehow picked up, that one creepy language that you and Seven know. I mean, Nanami, 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 no.
I will also accept Nami.
Nami knows. Is that how you feel all the time? You hear voices in your head that you've never heard before, but you don't understand. You understand them.
I have had many voices that bring comfort, many voices that bring knowledge, many voices that just make things even more mysterious, and even voices that are themselves lost. It comes over time that I have learned to embrace them all.
Okay, mine aren't like that, I don't think. And it's not just the creepy language that you guys speak. I mean the interesting language that you guys speak. There's a couple others in there that are rolling around in there that I don't know what to do with.
Would it make sense if I were to say join pasts and be able to understand what she's talking about?
Sure. Go for it. All right.
As if I can hear the voices she's been hearing.
All right.
That's in a language I cannot understand. No, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
All right. So you are so if I'm so yeah, those are the
The voices are friendly.
Yep.
The tones are very nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you, like in the
Yeah.
one language you apparently know.
Yeah.
It's just they're languages that you don't know, and suddenly she knows them in her head.
Good to know. Is this
And
a
then you-
pandemic that's going on?
And then you hear in Necril, she is a wonderful student.
Ah.
Money.
So, what was that?
That you are a wonderful student.
Huh? Thank you?
It is nice to have such friendly voices.
Yes, they haven't been like, go murder everybody in their sleep, voices. Just weird. Just weird. How close are we to the end of the shift?
Very close.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you're two are done talking, you just Yuto's just staring at you, and you're not entirely sure if it's in judgment, pity, confusion. Maybe it's a combination of all three.
Arr.
All right.
Wait.
What?
Sorry, Adrian's thing in the chat gave me an idea.
All right.
Do I remember what the runes look like?
Yeah.
What do they say?
Oh, these.
These, yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, did he already translate these for us?
Yes, he did.
Oh, never mind then.
Sorry.
Fine.
All right, so moving to Dawn.